Now I would like to talk to you about a great way of preserving foods, home canning. Home canning is a way of preserving foods in a sterilized environment so that you can use them later whenever you choose. Home canning is a very healthy way of preparing your foods with no additives or preservatives. It's also extremely economical. You can can everything from leftovers to produce such as fruits and vegetables that you have purchased at your local farmer's market. Before we start canning, there are a couple of tools we need to use. First, we need a 10-quart Fagor pressure cooker, which is also a canner. Next, we need to use Fagor's home canning kit. Our kit comes with a stainless steel rack, which is perfect for 4 1-quart or 4 1-pint canning jars. Next, we have the jar lifter, which is perfect for taking our jars in and out of our pressure canner. We have our magnetic lid lifter, which helps us easily remove the lids from the boiling water during sterilization. Also included in our kit are stainless steel ladle and our stainless steel funnel, which we will end up using to fill our jars. Once our jars are filled, we have the all-important bubble freer. This is necessary to remove any bubbles that will be around your glass jar. Here we have our jar wrench, which is used to easily open and close our screw bands. Lastly, we have our home canning cookbook filled with wonderful step-by-step recipes to help you through the canning process. Now we're ready to can that beautiful Bolognese sauce we made earlier. First, we have to sterilize our jars and lids. Here I have a 10-quart pressure cooker with boiling water. I'm going to use my magnetic lid lifter to first put in the lids. And now we'll use our magnetic lid lifter to take out the lids. We're going to have to let these cool for a few minutes before we fill our jars. Now we are ready to fill our sterilized jars. First, we're going to place the funnel inside the jar. We're going to use our ladle to fill our jar. Now, today we are using 4 1-pint jars because our Bolognese sauce recipe made 8 cups of sauce, perfect for 4 1-pint jars. Now, you're going to notice that I'm actually not filling the jar to the very top. The reason I'm not is that in all canning recipes, you need to leave some type of headspace. Foods will expand when they're heated, and we don't want our Bolognese sauce to run out and over the jar. Next step is we're going to take our bubble freer, and we're going to run it around the inside of the jar. We want to remove any air bubbles. When you make a sauce like this, which is a little chunkier, it takes a little more time. Every canning recipe should recommend the amount of headspace needed. All of Fagor's canning recipes do so. For this recipe, I recommend 1 inch of headspace. Now, before we can put our lids on our jars, we need to wipe the rims to make sure they are free of any particles. If you do have any food particles, then you will not get a proper seal. Next, we're going to take our sterilized lid and put it on top of our jar. We will take one of our screw bands and we're going to screw it on to the jar. Not too tight, not too loose, but nicely secured. That looks perfect. Now that our 4 jars are filled, we're ready to put them into our pressure canner. We have 3 inches of water inside the canner and we have our trivet there. So we're going to be putting our 4 jars on top of the trivet. Make sure that the jars do not touch each other or the side of the pressure canner. Now we're going to lock our lid in place. Again, line up the mark on the lid with the mark on our handle. Slide our lid closed, set the lock, and we're going to cook this at 15 psi, which is high pressure, for 60 minutes. Our 60 minutes has lapsed, and with all pressure canning recipes, you allow the pressure to come down naturally. We have no pressure left, so I can unlock the lid and now carefully remove our 4 jars with our jar lifter. You're going to want to place these on a cool surface. If you're going to use your counter, you want to make sure that you have a towel or some newspaper on it, because the cold surface could crack the hot jars. We also do not want our jars to touch. What we are looking for now is for our seals to take. As you can see here, the lids are still raised. It'll take 12 to 24 hours, but once the seal is set, you're going to hear a pop, and the lid is going to be curved downward, just like this. Also, the lid should not move when pressed with your finger. If for some reason your seals did not take, you can reprocess your jars within a 24-hour period. When the properly sealed jars are cooled, they're now ready to be stored in your pantry. Once the jars are cooled, you can use the jar wrench to remove the screw bands. I know I've given you a lot of information today. Let's go over some points to remember with a quick review. Canning requires precise attention to the recipe and a careful method of sterilization. Sterilize all the equipment, including jars and lids, prior to processing. Follow the recipe timing for processing precisely. Ensure a proper seal has been formed before storing the food away. Today you have seen how easy and versatile it is to use Fagor's pressure cookers. I hope you enjoy many years of pressure cooking with your new model.
Fagor America's pressure cookers are fast and exceptionally efficient. Fagor is committed to preserving the environment and developing efficient products that consume less energy and save you money. You can contact Fagor at Fagor America Inc., P.O. Box 94, Lyndhurst, New Jersey 07071, or call us at 1-800-207-0806. We can also be reached by email at info@fagoramerica.com. To order accessories, parts, or to learn more about our products, please visit our website at www.fagoramerica.com. You can also find delicious recipes on our website. This video is for educational purposes only. Before using the product, please read the instructional manual thoroughly.